You just caught me. This is a test about the Sennheiser PC333D, and this review will show you if you would like the headset, if you can buy it, and if it's actually any good.
Alright, this is the box of the Sennheiser PC333D, so let's check what's inside. The box actually looks very good, so let's open it. Well, obviously unboxing fail. Anyways, the box is in this nice black paper with a glare sign on the side. Inside, the first thing we find is the instruction manual, which is a 4-page or maybe 8-page instruction manual, and this very nice leather Sennheiser cover for the headphone. It looks quite nice actually. So it's very good if you travel a lot and want to take your headphone with you. You need this cover. Within the box there is a very complicated paper holder for the headphone, and also this quite nice little box here. The box is actually the box for the sound card. And here we have the headphone itself, which looks very good actually. When I put it out the first time I was impressed.
So what do you get for your money here? On one side you get this adjustable volume control, which is very useful. So when I have the headset on my head, I can just use one finger to adjust the volume, and it works extremely well. Then you have this microphone with automatic on and off switch. So here is a little switch inside which turns the microphone off to mute, which is very good. So there's no communication while you're sitting on your desk like this and shouting to everyone, and somebody says, "Hey man, your mic is on box." Alright, it's not, because I have it upwards. The other thing is you have this moving part here. It's sort of a DJ headphone, but I would say you don't use it. I have a little example here.
So as you can see, you can rotate one part of the headphone away so that it sits on the side of your head. But to be honest, the force that you need to apply to rotate this thing is, well, a little bit too much. It is much quicker to just put it aside, like you would usually do with your regular headset.
And also a friend of mine was immediately fascinated by this mechanism, because he thought he can actually do it on the other side as well, which doesn't work. So he was thinking about wearing it like this, so that his hair isn't damaged all the time. Another feature of this set is actually the USB sound card. What I like about this thing is that the audio quality is actually very good. So there's no noise in the signal, there's almost no noise in the microphone signal, but you have to be aware of the fact that please don't use an additional cable extender. I had one mistake in my tests where I was using a very long cable extension, and I had serious noise in lower frequency band, and I had a seriously bad noise on the microphone, which immediately disappeared when I was plugging this thing into my motherboard directly instead of using the cable extender. So what I also like about this thing is you can actually remove these plugs from the sound card. So if you don't like this sound card and want to use your X5, for example, you can do it as well. An additional feature on this sound card is that you can turn on and off the 3D functionality of this sound card. You can deactivate and activate the Dolby. So here's a little switch which is barely noticeable. You can switch it on and off, and when it's switched on, audio will change. I will come back to this later in this review. So let's say a couple of words about the comfort of this headset. Well, as you can see, the standard position of this thing is, well, it's very tight. So when you put it onto your head, you will instantly notice that you have headphones on your ears. And since these ear parts are extremely small, and I mean my ears are not that really big, but already these parts are very small. If we measure it, we get a diameter of 46 millimeters, and this is already less than the size of my ear. So when I put this on, I have to really squeeze my ears into this, and after a couple of hours, especially when you are on a LAN party, you will notice that the pressure on your ears is actually very high. I got a serious pain after like 5 hours in one day, so pressure is a little bit too high on this part. So let's get to the most important part of such a headphone, the sound quality. Well, as you can read in some comments throughout the whole internet, you will find that the bass is not strong enough. I can tell the spectrum of this thing is very linear. So you have a very good distribution of frequencies over the whole spectrum of hearable frequencies. What does it mean? Well, I would say Sennheiser sound is a very high quality sound. What they do actually is give you a very good spectrum, a very linear spectrum. But on a LAN party, on occasions where you have a lot of people around, you will have problems finding this thing a good headset, because the sound is just not adjustable enough, and it's just not strong enough in the lower and the higher band frequencies that you can well say that this is a good headset or this is a good sound quality. Here at home at my desk, I can hear everything. I can hear every different frequencies I want or expect from this kind of price tag headset. But when I'm on a LAN party, I will find it difficult to believe that this is actually a good one. I will come to this when I get to the part where it goes about the drivers. The microphone quality is very good. I give you a short example of how the microphone actually sounds.
You are now listening to me through the Sennheiser PC333D microphone of the headset.
Alright, that's about it. And what else? The 7.1 audio advertisement, I gotta say, people, it is just an advertisement, and I'm not just slightly disappointed by it. I'm really disappointed by a headset where it is a big 7.1 sticker, and it's just virtual 7.1. I'm sorry, but I disassembled this device to find that out, and you can find one speaker here and one speaker here. There are no 7 speakers, 7.1 speakers or whatever in this headset. Like for example the Medusa headset with its I believe 3 speakers per ear. I am absolutely aware of the build quality of this Medusa headset, but in this thing, when you buy the top-notch 7.1 headset on the market and you get a stereo speaker, why? I mean, why? On the other hand, I can really say that in games it works quite well. So I played Crysis yesterday for a long time and I was not annoyed by the sound. On the other hand, on the contrary, I was impressed how this headset actually sounds in games. For whatever reason, it seems to be better in games than in Winamp, for example, when I play my favorite testing music for headsets or overall speakers and music. And so the disappointment when I watch movies was completely washed away when I was playing games. So let's come to the annoying part of this headset. There's basically no software. There is basically no software. You get a little icon on your taskbar where you can set stereo, 4 speakers, 5.1, 7.1, and that's about it. So when you have a subwoofer, for example, like me, And when you watch a movie or play a game, and for example Crysis 1 or whatever, Dirt 3, you want to have some bass, you want to have crystal clear sound, like a little bit unlinear, for example. The spectrum is unlinear spectrum sounds for whatever reason a little bit better in most of our ears. So when you try to find an equalizer where you can set up your frequency band so that the bass range is a little bit higher and the high frequency is also a little bit louder, it's just not existent, and I find this very annoying. I never ever found a single sound card where you have so few settings in a driver. They could have done better here, and I would really recommend to rewrite the drivers, because you need these features if you want to have the gamers interested in the product. I mean, this is a great product by all means, but the sound must be adjustable for your listening experience, and this is not possible at the moment. But on the other hand, it is fixable, so I really look forward for a new driver version. So what is this headset then for me? I would say haptics and optics is a 9 out of 10. I would say the plastic on the top of the headset is a little bit too soft, so when you just barely scratch the surface with your fingernail, you immediately leave a small scratch on the surface. Well, anyways, it's just the top of the headset. In addition to that, I would say that the functionality and the comfort is both in combination a 7 out of 10, because the very small earpods are just for very few people. The sound quality of this headset is very good, except for the bass and except for the treble, and except for that you cannot set it up properly. But if you are the kind of guy who has a hate for loudness functions, then this is definitely the headset for you. If you like a very linear spectrum, this is absolutely a gorgeous headset. But if you want more bass, if you are the guy who has a subwoofer and turn it up slightly over the top, if you are a guy who has done maybe too many parties and need a little bit more treble, don't buy it. The 7.1 functionality on this headset, since it is a virtual Dolby Surround device, is relatively weak. I wasn't really able to distinguish between things in front of my face and behind my face. For some reason they decided to have this virtual Dolby Surround device. I would say that could be better. And since we have the problem with the bass and the treble, it is a 7 out of 10 for me. So the overall experience, and since comfort and sound quality is very important for a headset, the overall rating for this headset cannot be more than a 7 out of 10. It is a good headset with good quality, good sound, and also good comfort if you have a slimmer head than me and smaller ears if you are a sportsman, for example. Then it is a good headset for you. If you are going to LAN parties and have a lot of noise around you, you will have the need for more bass and more treble, and this is not the right headset for you.